Hi, I'm Sarah Moser for Choices Coach. Welcome to the Choices Coach YouTube channel. Today I am going to make some veggie burgers. So I've got Dr. Prager's veggie burgers. I'm going to make two of these. They're each 130 calories. And then I'm going to do this kind of like you would make chicken or eggplant parmesan, where I'm going to have it with marinara and some melted cheese on top. So I'm going to first saute it in a little olive oil on the stove. Then I'm gonna bake it for a little bit to melt that cheese and warm up my sauce. So this is a super easy lunch, or you could even do this for dinner. I've been heating a cast iron pan, and I'm gonna add some oil. A couple tablespoons of olive oil. You know, most of that is not going to end up in the veggie burger, because we're gonna pat it dry and all that good stuff, dab off the excess oil, but we want a good amount of oil in there to make sure that it gets nice and brown and crispy on each side. I'm gonna just put my oil all over the pan. That pan's already pretty hot, so, because I've been heating it up. So this is what the veggie burger looks like. I also really like the veggie burgers from Aldi, but I'm out of those. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay those in there. See here that sizzle, that pan was ready to go. And I have my oil, I'm gonna turn that down, just like a medium-low heat. So like 3 or 4, medium-low, but not terribly low. Get both of those in there. Woo! All right, I'm gonna set my timer. Ooh, it already smells good. Setting my timer for 3 minutes. I wanna do 3 minutes on each side. Okay, while those are cooking, I measured out 1/4 of a cup of my marinara, and I put that in just a small baking dish like this, baking Pyrex dish, and that's gonna add 40 calories. And so I'm also going to shred some fresh mozzarella to top. And so this is gonna be 10 grams of protein. It's gonna be 26 grams of carbohydrate in terms of the burgers. And then obviously the mozzarella is gonna add a little bit of protein as well. So it's gonna be a nice lunch, or this would make a great dinner. Okay, so I just flipped my veggie burgers, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper on that side that's done, to season it up a little bit. And I usually do that on both sides. While that's cooking, I have my oven set on broil, so that's preheating. And that's just so that we can melt the cheese and heat up that sauce a little bit. This is gonna be delicious. Okay, so my veggie burgers are done. So I'm gonna get them out of that hot pan. Putting those over. You know what? They don't seem to have a lot of excess oil on them. So I'm just gonna put them in there like that. You can dab off the oil though, any excess oil if you want to. I'm not that worried about it. Get that hot pan off that burner, turn your burner off. Okay, and then you can see what those look like. So you want to think of this as like a little vegetable fritter. I never think of it as a burger, because, you know, when you think of it like that, you're just not gonna be that impressed, especially if you love meat. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top this with some cheese. And so while that was cooking, I grated some fresh mozzarella and a little bit of Parmesan. So this is 1 ounce of cheese here. I'm going to top that all over this. And I'm just kind of letting it sit on that bed of marinara. But the cheese is what just makes it so tasty. And so I did kind of do a generous helping here. But you know, if you are really trying to lose weight, you could easily get away with just doing half an ounce of the cheese instead of a full ounce. I did a full ounce because I was like, I'm hungry. So I'm gonna pop that underneath the broiler. Ooh, no cheese left behind, right? Gotta get all of that on there. I'm going to pop that under the broiler, let that cheese melt, and then we'll eat. Okay, that cheese is starting to get browned a little bit. It's looking good. Okay, that's good for me. I don't want my cheese too brown, and I don't want to risk burning it. But let's get that out of the oven. Look at that. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look good? Okay, so it's been long enough for that marinara to get hot. It's been long enough for that marinara to get hot. It's been long enough for that cheese to brown and look ooey gooey and melty and beautiful and delicious. So now I'm gonna plate it up. Okay. All right, let's plate this up, shall we? Beautiful. Looks good. All right, and I want all that yummy sauce. So it ended up being under the broiler probably a minute and a half. It's gonna depend on your oven for sure, what is the right amount of time. Okay, so look at this. I mean, it plated up beautifully, and now time to taste it. Ooh, I wish you were here so that you could taste it as well, assuming that it is delicious. All right, that's good. That's really tasty. I mean, this is a great way to get your kids to eat some vegetables. I mean, I think if I like it, they'll like it. Just don't call it a burger. Call it a Veggie Fritter Parmesan. That's what it is. Kind of like eggplant Parmesan, only crispier. And more vegetables. It's tasty. I'm very pleased. The Parmesan, the melted cheese, the melted mozzarella. Very good. And I'm sure if you're really counting calories, you could always just eat one of these. And you don't have to saute it in the olive oil. You can just bake them, but I definitely wouldn't microwave them. I mean, you zap some of the nutrients from the vegetables that way. And also, it's just not gonna taste as good. Invest the time in either sauteing them or baking them so that they'll have more of a crisp. You might even be able to do these in an air fryer. Let me know in the comments if anyone's ever tried to cook a veggie burger in the air fryer or not. I don't actually have one, otherwise I would have tried that. Seems like a good idea. All right, I'm gonna finish eating. I'll see you next time. For more recipes like the one I just made, you can buy my book off of Amazon. It's Choices Coach, Weight Loss Menu Guide. In this book, I show you how to eat the food that you like to eat in the right quantities and still lose weight.